good morning. It is Saturday morning, October 13th, Sean. Last time I checked, man, we're coming to you with This Week in High School Sports, and we got the Football Friday slate. Shawnee, it's in the midnight hour. Otis Redding, me, you, and the Spencer Davis group here. What a night again tonight, Sean. Crazy night. Crazy night. We have clips coming from Platt and Sheehan. Both of those teams won at home. Big story, though. Maloney losing out at Bristol Central, falling from the ranks as the undefeated. And then out in Ledyard, way out east, Lyman Hall down 13-0. They come back to win with 20 unanswered fourth quarter points. And hey, even Cheshire, they give Fairfield Prep a good battle, falling just short. They're still looking for their first win. Shawnee, though, why don't we start over at Platt, where the Panthers needed to bounce back from that double overtime loss to Windsor 2 weeks ago. And lo and behold, Coach Jason Bruin and his boys, they did.
Yes, they did. Yeah, this game was tight throughout. Started in the first quarter. Sean Bell Jr. had a 10-yard touchdown run. They went up 7-0. That was set up by a Jake Baker interception.
Mr. Jake Baker.
Jake Baker.
He gets it done for the boys in blue and gold.
He does. Wethersfield bounced back. Connor Pace had a 25-yard touchdown run. And then they had a 1-yard touchdown score, Matt Silver, to go up 13-7. Then Platt responded with a 73-yard drive that was capped by a 7-yard touchdown run by Roberto Salas.
Big night for Roberto, huh?
Yeah, over 200 yards rushing it on the ground.
The sophomore.
Yeah. So they were tied 13 all at the half. And then in the second half, Lorenzo Sanson hit Jake Baker twice. They go up 2 scores. Matt Silver then scores again for Wethersfield. They get back within 7. Chase Bessler caps it with an interception, and Platt wins.
26-19 for the Platt Panthers. So that makes them 4-1. Likewise, Maloney 4-1 with the loss at Bristol Central. Holy smokes. They were playing catch-up all night. That Central quarterback, Justice Fitzpatrick, kind of shades of Tim Washington and DJ Hernandez when they were at Central. Basically running the Wildcat, hiking the ball, go. And Maloney had a tough time with him tonight. But still, Maloney had a chance to win that game because they did take the lead in the fourth quarter, did they not?
They did. They were stopped. They took the lead on a James Tarver 62-yard touchdown run with what was that?
It was early in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, early in the fourth, and then Fitzpatrick responded with a touchdown. They went up 29-22. Maloney did have a chance at the end, but Central pulled off an interception to end the game. Earlier in the first half, Freddie Hidalgo had a 25-yard touchdown run, and Elliot Good added a touchdown pass as these teams were really going back and forth throughout.
Yeah. Maloney was cooking right along. They suffered their first loss. They're 4-1. Likewise, the Sheehan Titans winning tonight 4-1. Before we go into the Sheehan Titan highlights that Spencer got tonight, we should recap the Lyman Hall game because really they're down 13-0, and it's not looking good for them. And then suddenly, boom, Austin Ruiz is in for a touchdown. Then our man Shakespeare Rodriguez with a couple big plays to put the Trojans over the top.
Yeah, like you said, it was nothing for that Lyman Hall offense. Like you said, Austin Ruiz, 1-yard touchdown plunge, made it 13-7 with 11 minutes to go. Then Sean Pregano found Shakespeare Rodriguez to tie the game with 4.5 to go. And then the secret weapon, which isn't so secret anymore.
No, it isn't. Shouldn't
be. The fake punts.
Lyman Hall's fake punt, man. They're the masters of it. Louis Ferry.
Yes, Louis Ferry. Yes. Louis Ferry to Shakespeare Rodriguez with 55 seconds to go. What a win for the Trojans.
The fake punt, the pass covered 65 yards.
Amazing. Just amazing. Yeah, Trojans are 3-2. Impressive win.
Yep. And likewise for the Sheehan Titans, we can roll with Spencer's clips from that game, man. Of course, a rematch of last year's Class M quarterfinals. That game, Joel Barlow defeated Sheehan. The thing with Barlow, they got that triple option, but they did graduate their backfield from last year. They had 2 1,000-yard rushers, and the third kid who almost had 1,000. They all graduated. And, with the option, it's that mesh, and you can run a system, but it takes, some guys are better running it than others. These are first-year players. Barlow's a good program, there's no question. But Sheehan put 49 points up on the board, and West Tersey had himself a night, did he not?
He did, yeah, 4 touchdown passes. They were up 35-0 in the first half. West Tersey, 4 touchdowns, Jake Smith had 3 touchdowns for Sheehan. He caught a 45-yarder to start the game, then a scoop and score, 14-0.
Off a block punt, right?
Off a block punt. Yes, exactly. There wasn't much ground game for Sheehan, but Terrence Bogan did have an 18-yard touchdown run. Jordan Davis had a nice receiving game. I think he had 5 catches, 86 yards for 2 touchdowns. He caught one for 33 yards, 27 yards. Aaron Simmons caught a 74-yard touchdown, and Jake Smith, he capped it off with 1 yard. And we have to mention their kicker, Justin Moore, 7 for 7 for kicks.
How about Jake Smith, though, huh?
Yeah.
The diverse Jake Smith. Receiving touchdown, rushing touchdown, scoop and score touchdown. Yep. That's just covering all the bases. Good game for you, Jake, and a good game for Mr. Weston Tersey. You know, he had a very good game last year against Barlow as well in the postseason. There he is, lighting them up again. Sheehan Titans go to 4-1. So we have 3 4-1 teams. Lyman Hall 3-2. Southington, of course, 5-0, the lone undefeated. They have a bye. They'll be back next week against Conard. Cheshire, meanwhile, will be looking for its first win down in West Haven. Hey, they battled tonight. Jake McAlinden, their junior running back, you know, he put up a good fight for the Rams, almost single-handedly. Actually, single-handedly kind of did get them back in that game.
He did. Yeah, they were down in the last minute of the first half. They were down 21-0, and I was just, it's hard to think, how is this team going to come back from that? And lo and behold, right before halftime, 12 seconds to go, a 95-yard kick return. And then to start the second half, Jake McClendon, 93-yard touchdown. It was a 21-14 game. Alec Frione had an interception for Cheshire, but then Finn Duran had 3 touchdown catches. He had one had midway through the fourth quarter to kind of seal it for Prep.
Guys, so Prep defeats Cheshire 28-14. That is a wrap from tonight. I call this Week 5B since we're on the little the bye section of the season. We're looking pretty good here. A discouraging loss from Maloney, but you know what? Hey, man, you got to do what Platt did. Platt had the discouraging loss to Windsor, came back, and they beat Wethersfield at Falcon tonight. Maloney has Wethersfield next week at Falcon. We'll be there, here, there, and everywhere as we are week after week on Friday night. It's the best time of the year, is it not, Sean?
It's a great time.
It's a great time.
It is a great time.
I am Brian Carpenter, sports editor of the Meriden Record-Journal, alongside my man Sean Crossick, Spencer Davis behind the camera. Thanks also to my man Justin G. Weeks, out getting photos, Ronnie Buck, John Pettit, and all the stringers who do such good work for us. Thank you very much for tuning in. This has been This Week in High School Sports.